This is a narration of Samuel 1 and 2. And this is talking about Elkanah and his wives go to Shiloh every year to worship. And Elkanah had two wives, Hannah and Peninnah. And Peninnah was very beautiful, and she bore a lot of sons to Elkanah. But instead, Hannah was barren, and he was his wife that he really loved. And when he divided up his spoils with his when he divided up his money with his family, he gave a lot to I found this interesting. He said, when the time was offered, he gave to Peninnah his wife and to all her sons and daughters portions, but unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah. And so I'm not sure what a worthy portion would have looked like, but from what I hear, he's definitely giving her more than his other wife. And eventually, it said that Peninnah would provoke Hannah and make fun of her for not being able to bear children. And so it said that one day, she came home and was Hannah came home and fasted and would not talk and would not speak and would not eat because of her sadness that her womb was shut up. And so Hannah goes and she prays for a child, and she vowed a vow and said, O Lord, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thy handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but wilt thou give me thy maiden a child, then I will give unto him the Lord all the days of his life. So she's praying for a child and saying, I will dedicate this child to you, and I will give him to your ministry all the days of his life. And so Hannah ends up having a child. She does have a child. And in chapter 2 of Samuel, we see and Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoices in the Lord, mine horn is exalted in the Lord. And there were some great verses. I highlighted verses 3-4. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogance come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. The bowels of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumbled are girded with strength. And she was coming out of a time of extreme sadness, and it said that she prayed in a time when her heart was bitter. And so she's really seeing God working in her life, and seeing how she did not take matters into her own hands, as we see Abram and Sarai did in Genesis when they wanted a child. She prayed and she waited and she received her gift. And it said, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And it's just talking about how she really was not meant to have a child. It was not supposed to be possible for her. So she was lowly. It says, the bowels of the mighty men are broken, and they that are stumbled are girded with strength. She had stumbled, theoretically, she was not able to have a child, and she was given strength, and said, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raised the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. And in verse 9, we see, for by strength shall no man prevail. And I'd say this is a reminder that although people around you may be stronger and more, making more money and smarter, it's a good reminder that God truly gives all of us our strength. And this is not so that we can go out and do good works and expect to get more strength than others. It is to know that the God that we rest in is a God that is graceful and a God that has given us strength beyond measure.